Brazilian waxing, that is a topic for today. In a Brazilian service, pubic hair is removed, groomed from that area. Now, depending on your preferences, you can either choose remove all of it or leave some or a little bit, like a little strip up in the front. Now, is Brazilian terminology correct? Well, it could be Hollywood, could be French, could be Brazilian, could be whatever. However, today I will be discussing and clarifying everything for you. So in this tutorial, no matter if you're doing the Hollywood, the French, or the Brazilian, I will be discussing three major points for waxing, which is pre-treatments, treatment, and post-treatment. So very quickly, if this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Maria and Aglaia Esthetics Online. I am an esthetician, an aesthetics instructor and examiner for many years. I create online aesthetics training for individuals to become certified licensed estheticians or just for personal knowledge. Give me comments below. Love to connect with you. If you have not subscribed yet, please consider it. Click on the notification bell so you will not miss any of my educational tutorial. So let's get started. So the first step is pre-waxing, like pre-Brazilian or waxing treatment, what you need to do. Number one, please shower before your appointment. What I'm saying is that don't go to work and you're working for 8 hours and then go get a service done or go for a workout. It is respecting the technician. And also, if you are clean, you also feel much better. So before you go and get your service, get yourself nice and clean and fresh. Number two, the hair must be 1/4 inch. It's about 10 to 14 days of growth. So the wax and the strip or whatever, if you're doing soft wax or hard wax, it can adhere to the hair. Now, if your hair is longer than 1/4 inch, please trim it. Not too short. Be very careful. Do not go too short. Any longer of 1/4 inch is going to be, the service is going to be more painful. Number three, resist the urge to shave between sessions. You want to get your waxing between your periods, and I will explain that in a second. But if you start shaving, then you will not have enough growth for your session. The growth is essential. Number four, exfoliate the night before and take a warm bath to prep the skin before the waxing. You want to remove all the dead skin in the follicle. How to make the waxing, Brazilian or Hollywood, less painful? I recommend a dose of Advil before the wax treatment. The whole process takes approximately 10 to 30 minutes. So although it can hurt, it will be over quite soon. If this is your first time, the technician will take a little bit more time, so it's not going to be as painful because she will do like smaller strips. Now, as backwards as it sounds, the only real way to make your Brazilian or waxing less terrible is to just keep getting them. The longer you're being waxing, the more frequent you're doing it, the less painful. And the reason why is because the hair follicle becomes weaker and some hair even stop growing altogether. A Brazilian wax typically lasts approximately between 3 to 5 weeks, depending on how hairy you are and how much hair you have. But you might notice hair creeping up sooner, especially if this is you're just starting out. And why? Because not only you have different cycles, your pubic hair is really strong and prone to breakage the first few times you wax. However, again, the more frequently you do it, the weaker the hair becomes and less painful. So just if this is something you wish to do, do not give up. Just keep on doing it. And I usually advise between periods. Not a week before, not a week after your period, usually in the middle. So 2 weeks after your period or 2 weeks before your period. So right in the middle, I advise the best time to do your waxing. Fortunately, there are some simple things you can do to reduce waxing pain. The first thing, hydration, is the key when it comes to minimizing pain. So drink up. When you're drinking ample of water, the skin is ready and well covered, which allows for uncomplicated hair removal, and it relaxes the hair removal process and experience. Another thing that you want to be very careful, avoid consuming alcohol, coffee, especially on the day of waxing or even the day before. These items or these foods and even smoking can cause your skin to be more delicate, and it will cause more pain. When scheduling a waxing appointment, bear in mind the following things. Do not book during your period. Do not schedule right before your workout, and wait long enough between waxing treatments. Why not schedule during or around your period? Now, I have no problem for somebody to come during their period, but it's very cumbersome, and it can be also quite painful because your body is more sensitive. Now, pain will differ from person to person. Nevertheless, waxing will certainly feel more painful during your period. If you plan to go to the gym, avoid exercising for at least 6 to 8 hours after waxing. Your skin will tend to be most tender at that time, ultimately causing more pain. So to avoid chafing at all costs, do not schedule your waxing appointment at least 6 to 8 hours before your workout routine. Here is what you can expect. Your wax technician will ask you to undress from your waist down, and you will hop onto a bed. A lot of times they will provide you with a wipe or a towel and hot water to refresh yourself. That's what I usually do for my clients. And number 2, before the technician does anything, they'll likely ask you for your preferences. Let them know if you want to have a bikini waxing or full bikini, full Brazilian, or if you want anything to be left behind, if you want to have the Hollywood look. So do express yourself what you would like to have. Number 3, next, the technician will do some cleansing to ensure that the wax has a clean surface to stick. Number 4, the area is cleaned. They'll go in with a pre-treatment. Usually they will apply an oil or a powder to ensure that the skin is protected. Now, myself, I prefer oil because that will lubricate the skin and lubricates the follicle, and also it will prevent less breakage. With powder, you will have a little bit more breakage, and it is a little bit more drying. But again, that is the preference of the technician. Depending on the type of wax, your technician will either use warm wax with a strip to remove the hair, or hot wax, which does not require a strip. Smaller strips might be used if it's your first time because it's less painful. As you get yourself in and get your waxing more frequently, and you can handle a bit more pain, then the strips will be larger, and that process is much quicker. So number 6, if the technician misses any hairs, they will clean it up by tweezers, because you cannot go over and over the same area with a wax because it will cause more irritation. Number 7, finally, everything is done. They will rejuvenate the area with a serum, cream to soothe the irritated area. They will apply some oils to prevent any ingrown hairs. Myself, always high frequency. The high frequency, a lot of technicians do not have it, but I find it is essential. It will prevent a lot of those little white pimples afterwards. It disinfects the area and also kills all the bacteria, so that will not happen. So some waxing aftercare advice. Number 1, do not bath or shower, hot showers, just cool or lukewarm water, please. Number 2, no saunas, no hot tubs, no hot massaging, no steam treatments. Number 3, no sun tanning, no sunbathing, no sunbeds or fake tans. Your skin is very sensitive, which is photosensitive. And if you go sun tanning, that area, since it's red, it will attract, the melanocytes are stimulated, and that area will tan darker. Number 4, no gym work, no sports, no exercising for at least 6 to 8 hours. Number 5, avoid scratching, and you're going to be a little bit itchy, or touching in the treated area with dirty hands. It's very sensitive, that area. Your pores are open, you have bacteria, not a good idea. Number 6, avoid perfumed products in the waxed area or any serums. Everything has to be no perfume. Number 7, do not wear tight or non-breathable clothing to avoid infection. In the wax area, it needs to air out, so wear clean, loose fitted clothes. You will be thankful. What to apply after the Brazilian wax treatment at nighttime? You will feel hot, and you will need something to do something, and I always advise to use aloe gel, and it is like a gel, okay, very cooling, and you apply in that area almost like right away. Aloe, it has an antiseptic, it's almost like an antibiotic cream, but it's natural, and I would have that like hands down. Or tea tree, but remember, some people are allergic to tea tree oil. Oil carrier like grapeseed oil or jojoba oil, and then put some tea tree, few drops of tea tree oil. And I always advise to get yourself a small handheld high frequency. If the wax technician does not have a high frequency, get yourself one. It's not that expensive, and you'll be more than happy that you have purchased it, especially if your intentions are to do Brazilian waxing for the long run. So aloe, high frequency, and I'll have a link below, and of course tea tree oil. Another product that I really feel is amazing is organic virgin coconut oil. Is one of the greatest things you can use after waxing. It is not only natural, it is a moisturizer, but also is packed with antibacterial and antifungal qualities that can aid in healing as well as reducing breakouts for those who are prone. Another thing that is really amazing is to apply a cold cloth in that area. Cold compress or ice pack can help reducing swelling, irritation, and redness. And usually that's what I do right away after the treatment for my client. However, if they don't do that, as soon as you get home, get some aloe, get some cold packs, and your high frequency. Let's talk about exfoliation. Do not exfoliate right away after the Brazilian waxing. Allow it a couple of days for the redness and the swellness to go down. So you start exfoliating like after 3 or 4 days using your scrubbing tool or the rotary brush. Gently rotate in a small like circular motion in the area, and you can use a brush or a loofah glove in circular motion to remove all the dead skin that may clog the pore or ostia. Now, if you're really itchy, I find aloe is amazing. I find high frequency is amazing. However, if it's really itching, apply some cortisone cream, and that will help with relieving of the inflammation and swelling. I hope that you found this video to be useful and walk away with simple and easy tips on Brazilian waxing routine so you get minimal discomfort and you don't get any ingrowns or breakage, and that you enjoy the process. Remember to treat yourself with love and respect. Enjoy your waxing. Until the next time, take care.